Hello. So for today's assignment, I will be talking about active learning strategies for my class, which is a hybrid class on social media for strategy communications. Um, and my focus will be on case studies and social media campaigns. I will be sharing how we can use learning strategies, active learning strategies to enhance this class as an online class and an on-site class as well. The learning objectives will be for students to critically analyze real-world social media campaigns, to identify strategies, evaluate outcomes, recommend improvements. So at the end of the class, my students should be able to do this using the active learning strategies that I would implement. And this will be integrated into the MC3314, which is the social media for strategy campaigns class. There will be weekly case spotlights on the brand campaign, group breakout discussions or online boards, short reflection assignments or consulting memos, capstone tie-in, apply case insights into student created campaigns. So occasionally, as we meet online, there will be breakout rooms for the different groups to discuss on their improvement and development of their brand campaign. Whilst this breakout session will be on, occasionally, as the professor, I would pop into these classes to see how far they're going with their discussions, and all of these groups will be assigned a leader, and occasionally the leader can drive the conversations. The leaders also will be responsible for scheduling meetings outside of times or coordinating times that would be more suitable for the students to all be available to have this meeting for the progress of their assignments and their campaigns or their presentations. And there would also be short reflections for us all to take a pause and see how far we're going, how effective the meetings we're having, the breakout sessions we're having, is going. Um, at the start of every class, there would be introduction to the topic, the objectives, and periodically there will be a poll or a quiz that would happen for there to be like an assessment to be sure that the students understand or grasping the concept that is being relayed in the class. Um, well, I mentioned some of the supporting engagements for this online class. Like I said, there will be interactive polls on Zoom for, CFU, which is check for understanding, to be sure that the students understand. Of course, the chat room would constantly be open for students to send in their questions, which will occasionally be checked on to be sure that we're not missing anything and every student is being carried along. I mentioned earlier that there will be pair-led discussions in breakout rooms. There will be a rotation of leaders as the class goes on. On teams as well, there could be agencies or groups set up where these leaders will be the heads of these groups. All of the group members will be assigned to this group. There will be guided analysis questions, campaign objectives, where we can always talk about it and, brainstorm ideas about how they intend to drive their objective. Now, the core purpose of this is for the students at the end of the day to be able to provide a campaign for an organization. It could, based on their objectives, it could be that they want to improve visibility for the organization. It could be they want to increase engagement for the organization. But this will be stated in their campaign objective, in the mission, the vision, and their tactics and strategies. So, part of the discussion that will be held in the breakout room will be the strategies and the tactics that will potentially work for them as they go on with this campaign. Another thing that could be discussed, brainstormed on, is what could be improved. Um, as a professor, I can share my suggestions with them. and they can also pitch in their suggestions as group members and all. The challenges here might be low participation. Um, However, the way to increase or make this better is to rotate the leaders so that it doesn't feel as though there's a particular leader that's just dominantly speaking or leading or driving the conversation. So this is where rotating the leaders would work on and increase participation and grade participation as well, incorporate the grading into it. Difficulty linking theory, provide mini frameworks before cases. Before these cases, I will take my time to provide samples of or expectations of the kind of campaigns that they're expected to produce at the end of the exercise. Online engagement, use discussion board polls and visuals, like I said earlier. All of these would drive active learning strategies for an online class. Conclusion, we will talk about or build real world problem solving skills, boost collaboration engagement, and basically prepare students for their PR social media career in the future because when they get out there, they will be faced with real life problems and having these discussions within the online setting and using all the strategies would help prepare them for the real world out there, would help them prepare for their PR careers, their social media careers. Thank you.